Lovely Day Knits. I'm Eleisha. Oh my gosh, I've already cracked my voice. Right on cue. That was There is one yarn that I ordered. This guy. It's record time. Oh my goodness. This is off to a really great start. Okay, you're going out. I am chucking you out. Hello and welcome back to Lovely Day Knits. I'm Eleisha, and on this channel we chat all things knitting. We do knitting podcasts, vlogs and knitting inspiration. I'm coming to you on a very gloomy and kind of rainy vibes here in Coffs Harbour, Australia, which is the most perfect day to be knitting or chatting about knitting. First of all, I just want to apologise for this video being delayed today. I always like to have my videos up on a Friday morning or Friday afternoon at the latest. I've actually been very sick this week and have ended up back in hospital. Nothing new this year, but yes, unfortunately I wasn't able to record this earlier in the week and edit during the week like I normally do, but I've been looking forward to recording this for you guys and chatting about knitting all week. It's what's kept me going. So I'm sorry it's late, but it's still here. So it's a standard podcast today. We're going to go through some finished objects. I've got 2 finished objects. So excited. And 3 or 4 whips and the cutest acquisition you have ever seen in your whole life. Oh, it's adorable. Anyways, more about that a little later. But before we get into today's video, I have had many people reach out and ask if I can do a get to know you style video or a Q&A. Apparently I have a life that you guys are actually interested in. So we're going to do a Q&A. If you've got any questions about my knitting life or my personal life or anything else, then you can add your question in the comments below. You can ask about absolutely anything. There is not a single question that I can think of that I wouldn't honestly answer. I'm an open book, so nothing's off limits. Ask what you will, personal or knitting related. Ask away. I'm an open book. I really don't have a filter either, so whatever you want. Without further ado, let's get into the video. Finished objects. I'm so excited for this one. What I'm wearing. It is the Camille Sweater by Colibri by Johanna. Actually, I think it's pronounced Johanna, and I'm pretty sure I've been saying that wrong like the entire time, so I'm so sorry. It is the most light and fluffy sweater. I've actually turned it into a wrap sweater. I'll put pictures here because it's quite hard to show you right here, but it is the most light, fluffy, airy sweater I've ever owned. It's like wearing nothing but a cloud. It is honestly just delicious. I've made this out of a hand-dyed yarn from Skein Yarn. She does the most beautiful yarns. It's her Oh So Fine collection in the colour Petrol, and the colour is just stunning. I don't wear a lot of blue, but I'm definitely getting into my blue era now because of this colour in particular. She actually got me into the pinks as well, so thank you, Kristen from Skein Yarn. You've gotten me into colours, so here we go. You'll probably be seeing a lot more blue pop up in my knitting in the future, but this is just so easy and comfortable to wear. So it's actually reversible, and I think it's intended to have this crisscross at the back rather than at the front, but I just prefer it at the front because I've made it a wrap with a little tie on the side. So that was a modification that I've made to this pattern, was the little I-cord tie on the side. So in the pattern she actually says to knit the bottom together, so then it would just be like more of a pullover. You slip it over your head to wear it. I just wanted to make it a wrap style because I really like that style. So all I did was knit up a little I-cord, and I just stitched it on to the edge of the front panel, and then onto the side of the body I stitched on the other piece of the I-cord, and then you can just tie it up and there you go. You've got yourself a wrap sweater. The only thing that I still have left to do on this one, and I've just been too lazy to do it, is add a button onto, this is going to be really hard to show you. Let me stand up. You're going to see my husband's sweatpants, sorry. So this piece comes in down here, and you're supposed to knit these 2 panels together right down the bottom, but because I've got this little I-cord, I just tie it on the side here, but I still need to put a little button on the inside of this so that I can attach it to here, if that makes sense, and then I can wrap it over here with this little I-cord piece right here, which is just been awesome. So then you get like this, yeah, cool wrap style kind of piece. If you want to avoid this just scooping over to the side, then yeah, I'm going to put a button over here and underneath the work so that you can't see it, just so it holds in place, or maybe a little tie, something like that. That was a really, really terrible demonstration of what I'm going to do, but you kind of get the gist, I think. I could probably show you B-roll, but you get to see my husband's sweatpants. Lucky you. That's the only thing that I really have left to do, and apparently sew in an end that I missed. Whoops. This yarn is just delicious in every sense of the word delicious. So the Oh So Fine is a lace weight, and I just held it single. I was gonna hold it double, that was the intention. I bought 3 skeins. I thought I would have just not enough for it, and I was correct in that assumption. I would have had to use an extra like 1/16 of a skein to complete the project in double. So I now have like 1 ball and a fair, almost 2 balls left of this. So I've got to figure out what to do with that. I'm thinking I might get like a fingering weight or a DK weight in the same color to go with it, and then I can knit up, I don't know, like a short sleeve or something, or like a 3/4 sleeve shirt or something. I don't know. I'll figure it out. Even held single, it still keeps you warm, but you wouldn't want to wear it in the middle of winter, obviously, because it's not that warm. It is the middle of winter right here in Australia, and I'm wearing it because it doesn't get that cold here. But I think this for spring and autumn kind of days is just perfect when you're just that little bit chilly, or the breeze is just a little bit chilly and you want a little bit of protection but not to like overheat. It is just beautiful. It's made out of baby suri alpaca, I believe. I'll put it on the screen if I'm wrong. I think I enjoy this a lot more than mohair, to be honest. I have made an all over mohair garment before, and it was really soft, and it was from skein yarn too, and it's so soft, but this is just, you can't compare the two. I can't explain it any other way but then like wearing a cloud. That's honestly what it's like. So yeah, highly recommend this yarn, and the pattern is beautiful too. Not gonna lie, the first 10 hours I absolutely hated. I don't know why, I couldn't get the pattern. My head just wouldn't like understand the pattern, and so I don't know, and there was like a lot of purling the whole way through. After I got past the first 10 hours, I got into a bit of a rhythm, and then we were sweet from there, and I was actually really enjoying it. It was yeah, really easy from there, and the sleeves are in the round, so that was really nice. I don't think I enjoy just working with a single strand of lace weight with big needles. I think I knit this up on, let me see. Let me pull up my little tracker app. I knit this up on a size 5mm needles with just the 1 strand, and I just don't think I enjoyed the knitting experience with just 1 strand of lace weight with the big needles. I don't know, something about it just wasn't working for me, so it wasn't as enjoyable, but I really love the end product, so I'm grateful that I did it in the end. I also knit this up in a size small in case you're interested. I have updated my Ravelry page as well, so you can find all my modifications and size and needle size and all of that in there as well. So I'll link that below in case you are interested in seeing more detail of exactly how I knitted this. After the raglan increases, I did end up with completely different numbers than what I was supposed to. I mean, they were fairly close, but there were more stitches than I was supposed to have, and I just ran with it. You know, I just YOLO. I ran with it, and it worked out really well. I'm actually quite glad because the sleeves are just, they're comfortable. They're so comfortable. They're nice and baggy and loose, and it just works really well. I really like it, and I like the I-cord detail around the cuffs as well, and I kind of like that it's not super cinched, just a little bit, and it just comes to my wrist, so it's not getting in anything. Sometimes when sleeves are like too baggy, they really annoy me because they like, I don't know, get in things while you're trying to do things with your hands, but these are like perfect. These are absolutely perfect. It is just stunning. I absolutely adore it, and I've been wearing it a lot actually. I've been reaching for it a lot. It's just like nice and easy to pull on because it's a wrap, and yeah, sometimes I just wear a sports bra under it. I made it nice and cropped so I can wear it with my high-waisted jeans or like high-waisted pants. You could wear it over a dress even, which I'm actually really keen for. I think I'm going to be making a dress in a few months time because I've got a engagement party to go to, and I want to knit myself a dress, so we'll see. Stay tuned for that. I want to make the colour compatible with this colour because I think this would look really nice over a knitted dress, and then it can be like double knit cool outfit to wear out on special occasions, if you know what I mean. 10 out of 10. Love it. Gorgeous. Would recommend. The second finished object, which was a bit of a surprise because I didn't think they would be finished at all. These are my Hibernal socks. Oh, I'm so excited. These barely fit in the frame either, but here we go. These are my beautiful Hibernal socks by Summerlee Knits, and these are her DK weight version, and they are so comfortable. I have to thank all those sock knit lovers out there who have commented on my videos telling me the best ways to kind of fix my foot issues. I had issues with my first pair of socks being a little bit too tight around the instep, I think that's what you call it. So the overall census of what I was getting from everyone's comments was to lengthen my heel flap. So I did that and they worked out perfect. I lengthened it by about 1 centimetre and it's fitting really, really nicely. I'll insert some photos here so that you can actually see them. So yeah, doing that ensured a really nice fit. I did knit these up. I think the recommended needles for these ones were 3.25. I only had 3mm needles, and so I went up to a size large to hopefully get the size medium, which is what I was aiming for, which I didn't gauge swatch for, so they ended up working out really well. So I was very grateful for that. But these are the most addictive socks and the most easy pattern repeat to memorize. Honestly, I picked these up whenever, and I didn't even have to refer to the pattern for the mock cable repeats because they were just so easy to memorize, and they were so much fun to work up. When you don't want to just like work on stocking nut stitch on a sock, I think give these a go because super fun to work up. These will just be my bed socks because I just used some leftover DK 100% wool from Spotlight. I think it's the Finders 100% merino if you're looking for it in the colour burnt orange or burnt wood or something like that. I was wearing them in bed last night and oh my goodness, they were just so cozy and toasty. So I won't be walking around with these because I know that 100% wool will cause holes and things like that. So yeah, these will be my bed socks and I couldn't be happy with them. They're just scrumptious. I absolutely love them. I'm kind of in one mind to knit a pair of like the fingering weight version as well, but I really like how these cables have come out in the DK weight. I just think that they've come out really beautifully. I'll give you a bit of a close-up of these cables, because they have just turned out so beautifully in this DK. I just think they're gorgeous. And they run all the way down the foot, all the way to the end of the, well, not to the end of the toe. There's probably like 4 centimeters of just stocking nut stitch for the toe. I am super happy with these. They turned out amazing. And of course, that means that I had to cast on another pair of socks. So brings us to whips. I cast on. These I've been so excited to knit ever since I've seen them. So I'm overjoyed that they are on my needles right now. These are the Cat Love Socks by Anya from the Woolen Garden on Instagram. Oh my goodness, they're so cute. Here we go. I'll give you a little bit of a close up. Look at these beautiful cat motifs with the love hearts. I think these are just beautiful. I've gotten down to about there, but yes, these are stunning. I am obsessed with these cats. It kept me very entertained while I was waiting in emergency. These are what I was working on, so I'm very thankful for socks. And I have to say, the biggest, most massive, most big thank you to Anya for actually gifting me the pattern for these socks. She reached out to me on Instagram and yeah, gifted me the socks, and I just couldn't believe it because I talked about these in my sock video. If you haven't watched that and you want some sock inspiration, then you can check it out. But she saw that I wanted to knit them and so she gifted them to me. So thank you so much, Anya. This was the most precious gift and I've been loving working on them. Can I just say, and I'm not just saying this because they were gifted to me, but I genuinely think that this is one of the most well-written patterns. I like when a pattern is well written, it makes the biggest difference. And the layout of this, it's just so clear and easy to read, and it just makes sense. It really makes sense. It's so easy to follow. So Anya, fabulous job at your layout and your pattern writing skills. And I'm looking forward to knitting more of your socks. But these I'm just obsessed with. So I use skein yarn. It's her all-rounder in the colour Walnut, and it is a perfect colour. I genuinely really love this, and I'm very tempted to buy some more so that I can make maybe like a sweater out of it or a t-shirt out of it, because it is such a beautiful colour. It's like a maroony red. It's really subtle kind of colour changes. I don't know if the camera will pick that up very well. But yeah, really subtle color changes and these beautiful maroony reds, purpley kind of vibe, I suppose. But I think it just works so well with the love hearts and the cat. I feel like a bit of a sinner doing this because I paired some beautiful hand-dyed luxury yarn with some of the cheapest wool at Spotlight. It's just, I don't even know what it is. I think it's like polyester or acrylic or something. It was on a massive sale. Can't even tell you the color of it. I have no idea. But it worked out perfect with these. And because it is that acrylic polyester, something like that, I thought they would be okay in socks. So the only thing that I did do was that I didn't use this colour for a contrast heel. I've just done the all-rounder in skein yarn on the heel. I actually did it accidentally. I wasn't paying attention enough. I just accidentally knit all the heel in the walnut colour, and didn't realise until I got to about like here, and then I was like, oh, that was supposed to be a contrast heel. But I'm actually really glad that I didn't do that because I think it'll just wear a little bit better being like an actual kind of like sock yarn. But all in all, I am so happy with this and I can't wait to be able to wear these. Okay, the only one mistake that I did make, which is probably a big mistake, but I'm really, really hoping that it can be fixed, hopefully, is that they don't fit. And I think that's a me thing. I don't think I actually correctly measured my foot, because I tried to try these on earlier to like give you a bit of b-roll of what they look like on, and yeah, that didn't go so well. So I can't really get them past my ankle. I don't know, I'll probably end up finishing them honestly, and then I'll block them out and then see if I can block it out enough. I also forgot about the tip about extending the heel flap, and I forgot to do it on this one. Or I think I actually accidentally did like 2 extra rows, and I was like, oh, should I go back? And then I was like, oh, I'll just leave it. I should have done like an extra centimetre. My bad. I should do the right thing. I should block it now and then see when it's dry if I can fit it on. If I can't fit it on, then maybe I'll go back to the heel and then add an extra centimetre on, because I don't feel like undoing these, honestly. It took me about 11 hours to get to this stage. No, it took me longer than that. So I did actually try to cast these on before I got this far into the cast on, which took me way too long to do. So it was late at night, I was knitting away, and then I was about to go to bed. So I set it in these little cubbies behind me, and in the morning I went to pick it up to knit on it, and I found the ball of wool and I couldn't find the cuff. I was searching around for it and I found the end of it. It was in an old cup of tea. I learnt a valuable lesson that day, not to leave your old cups of tea lying around. It was only a tea from that morning, but I hadn't taken it to the kitchen because apparently I'm lazy, and I really suffered like a 2 or 3 hour consequence for that. So I learnt a cleanliness lesson from that, and that is to take old cups of tea straight to the sink. In the end, I did get a beautiful looking sock and I'm really happy with it. If you haven't tried it already, or you've been looking at trying it, then 100% go make yourself some of these, because pattern is so well written. It is so beautiful. How could you not want cats on your socks? Or if you have friends or family that love cats and you want to gift them something really cute, gift them these. They will love you forever. On to my most exciting whip. This is a test knit, and I'm so grateful to be a part of it. Ever since she was advertising it on Instagram, I was just like following it obsessively, waiting for the test call, hoping and wishing that I would be chosen to test knit this, and alas, here we are. I got chosen. Anyways, this is the Gleniff Sweater by Tanya from the Woolbarrow. Ah, look how stunning it is. I don't think that is showing up the glory and the beauty of this, but it is absolutely what the? What did I do? No, surely not. Oh, I've just seen the biggest mistake ever. Oh no. So I split the sleeves last night and I was so excited, and I've gotten a few rows below the sleeves into the body. But I've just realized that I have done the short rows over here on the side of the body opposed to at the back, because this is where the sleeves are, on the sides, like they should be, increasing here. Lots of short rows here. This is where short rows should be, right? 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 Oh. So I've just checked the pattern, I've checked what I've done, and it's definitely not the pattern. The pattern is actually so well written. I can't see any mistakes in it. It is so easy to understand. It's just formatted really lovely. She's done such a beautiful job on this pattern writing. As you can tell, I just really enjoy it when a pattern is just well written. It just really makes a world of difference. So it's not her pattern. It's a me problem. It's a me problem. And so I've taken photos and I've just emailed it to Tanya. So sorry. I've also just chatted to my mum about this problem because I was a little bit distressed. She said I could either like pull back all the top and redo the short rows. You can't be reading the pattern like backwards, or I could shift the sleeves over to match where I've done the short rows. So instead of the sleeves being in the middle here, they would be on the side here. As long as I did it in pattern, I can see that that would actually work out really well, because then that would be a lot less unpulling as well. So that would be nice, because I've only done, yeah, maybe like a centimetre underneath the armhole. So I can rip that back, move where the armholes are, and just make sure I have it in pattern. I've just sent an email to Tanya as well, just to make sure that it is actually going to work. Anyways, life goes on, and I will get this fixed probably tomorrow. It's a tomorrow problem now. Oh my goodness. Anyways, other than my horrific mistake, she is looking stunning. This color work is just beautiful. I am obsessed with this color work. It is just stunning. I've done it with Knitting for Olive, which was my first purchase of Knitting for Olive. I've done it in their fingering weight, which is their merino base. And this lighter color here is marzipan, and the darker color is something. Yes, so the darker color is plum clay, and it is a bit more purple than I thought it would be compared to what it kind of looks like online. I'll give you a bit of a close-up of this one. So this is what she's looking like. In this lighting, it does look dark brown, which is what I was thinking that it would be, but I should have just like clued on like plum clay, plum purple, you know, but it didn't click in my head. But I'm actually really happy with this color combination. Once it's knit up with the marzipan, I think it's looking a lot less purple. I was a little bit worried when I was doing up the swatch that it was just coming up really purple, and I'm not much of a purple kind of gal. Indoor lighting, it's looking like a really nice brown with like a tinge of purple. Outside, it's a bit more purple, but knit up with this marzipan color, it's looking more brown, which is exactly what I wanted. It is absolutely gorgeous. I'm just loving it, and the fit of it's really nice too. I'll try this on for you, but we both know that the short row shaping is wrong. I haven't actually tried it on with the sleeves, and it is feeling really nice. I'll come back a little bit, so it's coming down to here. The feel of this yarn, I actually really love. I was a little bit worried because it wasn't as soft as some of the yarns that I have used. It was like a little bit more rough than some of the other yarns. I suppose some people would call it like a woolly wool or rustic maybe. But this is just really comfortable to wear. It really soft next to skin, and the fit is just beautiful. You could barely tell that I got the short row shaping wrong, right? It's sitting so lovely. I think the size is perfect, so I'm knitting up a size 3 in this, so that gives me 15.5 centimeters of positive ease. You can do it with more positive ease for a more oversized look, but I wanted a oversized but not like too oversized, because I just think this style, for me anyways, I think this would be nice with just that like that little bit of roomy but not like super oversized. So yeah, I'm really happy with the way that it's fitting at the moment. I'm really happy with all the color work. One thing that I really like about the neckline actually is that it's not like a crew neck that comes all the way up. That tends to really bug me for some reason when a crew neck is like way up on your neck. I do enjoy that this actually sits down further and it's a bit more of an open neckline. I feel like the short row shaping's not that bad actually. Maybe I've gotten it wrong. Maybe it is supposed to be a side of body, side shoulder row shaping. It's not. I'm just trying to make myself feel better. I can't wait to get into the body. I just started, and the pattern repeat for the body is just so easy. The color work on here. Okay, so I love color work. Color work is like my new favorite thing. It is just so interesting and entertaining. The first bit of this was like so easy, and I really loved it, and I had like no trouble, and I wasn't like making any mistakes on it. As soon as I got to this pattern here, this little row with the bigger flowers, I think brain just wasn't working. I spent so many hours, like a ridiculous amount of hours, on just this color work motif here, because I just kept on like making the smallest mistakes, and I'd get right to the end and then my whole row would be out, so then I'd have to rip it back, undo it to the beginning of that round, redo it again just to know that I also made a mistake in that row, so then I had to redo, knit, redo, knit, redo, knit. It just felt like broken record. There was one row I had to undo 7 times. 7 times, because I just kept on making the smallest silly mistake, and it was always towards the beginning. No matter how many times that I checked it as I was going, I don't know what was going on. But yeah, 7 times for one row. That was not fun. It was well over 300 stitches, so to undo that many stitches takes a long time. So after I work out my little predicament with the short row shaping, I'll be back to knitting this, and then hopefully it won't take too much longer. This has taken me 30 hours to get to this point, which is a very long time, and I'm pretty sure like 80% of that is due to this motif here. So thank you very much, motif, for letting me spend so much time on you. I look at this and admire that I actually did it now, so yay. It looks like I'm drinking tea, but it's actually just water. Water always tastes different out of a mug for some reason. It just doesn't taste as clean or something. I don't know what it is. I've got another new whip that I've casted on, I think, since my last podcast. And this is a gift knit for my beautiful cousin. She's just birthed a baby, and I feel like anyone that births a baby deserves a good hand knit, because you've done an amazing job at pushing that thing out. Like, congratulations. You deserve a knit. So I'm knitting an all over lace baby romper. This is like my first time doing all over lace, and I have stopped not at the beginning of the round, so this is gonna be fun to show. Anyways, first all over lace project in general. This is a all over lace baby romper. This is by Knitting for Olive. It is the Holly romper. It's gorgeous. I don't know what possessed me to do an all over lace baby romper. I started it one weekend and I was like, yes, I'll smash it out this weekend. It's like a tiny baby romper. This is all I did that weekend. Anyways, it's looking absolutely beautiful. I'm really liking this pattern actually. I had to redo this section so many times, I think like 3 or 4 times, because I kept messing it up. But as soon as I joined in the round, it was fine. I was sweet, good to go. And this is the only way that I can do all over lace, is look how many stitch markers there are. Like every single repeat I had to put a stitch marker, because that's the only way that I can do all over lace. Much better than getting frustrated and having to pull back all that lace work on a round. You can kind of just keep track of what's in your little markers, and it has been an absolute lifesaver. So that's where all my stitch markers have gone. I don't have any stitch markers left now. So I don't know how long this one is going to take me. It looks really cute from the photos. Bought this wool from Spotlight. It was on sale. It's a really nice kind of colour. I cannot tell you what it is because I threw out the tags and I've forgotten. But it's got a little bit of a purple sheen to it. It's like a beige, little hint of purpley pink in it, so I thought that was really good. I think she's more of like a neutral tones kind of mama. I'm doing it for a 6-month-old size because I figured this probably isn't like the best for winter, but it'll be better for spring, summer. Hopefully she really likes that. It's taking a lot longer than I anticipated, but I think it'll be worth it for the end result. I've been working on the Gleniff during the day and then this at night time, and it's working out really well. Super excited to see the end result of this. And the last whip, which is still a whip and I haven't done anything on since last time, is the Loddon Sweater from my last podcast by the Knit Pearl Girl. Yeah, absolutely nothing has been done since my last podcast. and I was so glad for everyone's comments. So thank you so much if you commented on my last podcast video, because I was very upset about this one because I was absolutely loving it and I knew I wouldn't have enough wool to do this one. So I've had so many amazing suggestions of what to do with this. So hope is not lost. That's why it's not frogged back, because I was this close to frogging it back. As soon as I like posted that YouTube video, I was like so close to frogging it back. I got distracted, and I'm glad that I did, because you guys have so many good suggestions as to what to do with this. So there were heaps of people saying you could buy extra skeins and to do the helical knitting, I think that's what you call it, or color blocking, like alternating skein type situation, which was so helpful. Thank you so much. I got this wool from Temu, as you know from my last podcast, and if you've seen my yarn haul, you know that I am no longer buying from Temu because I looked into it and apparently they're not very ethical and they don't treat their workers very well and they're not what they say they are. Anyways, so I'm all about trying to support ethical businesses here. It's really hard because every time I look into a business, it's like a bit sketchy. Anyways, I didn't want to order any more wool off them. So one person suggested just do some stripes. Thank you. Thank you so much. I will just do stripes. I'm just going to do stripes. I do have some white, it's like a white kind of wool. Do I have it here? So I do have this white wool here. It's kind of like a beigey kind of colour, which I think will go quite well together, I hope. I'm thinking they will go well together, and I'm thinking of doing some really thick stripes opposed to the little ones. I don't know what it is. I think small stripes just don't really suit me. So I like the chunkier stripes. So I might even go like super chunky stripes with these colours. So maybe like 3 really big chunky stripes going across it, and then I think I'll have enough. So now, thanks to you guys, I am now happy again about my Loddon sweater. So thank you so much for commenting. I genuinely do appreciate it when everyone comments. It just really makes my day, makes my week. I think that's all the whips. Okay, on to the cutest acquisition you have seen in your entire life. This was so kindly gifted to me by Kitty Cat Creative. I'll pop her Instagram here and her Etsy shop. She has a little Etsy shop. She's based in Australia and she has some really, really cute like stitch markers, project bags, buttons. I think she's even got like cat collars and things like that. So yeah, definitely check out her Etsy. I'll link it below. But she was so sweet. It just made my whole week. So thank you, Kitty Cat Creative, so much for this. Absolutely, absolutely beautiful. I'll show you what I got. Oh, so I've mentioned in a few of my videos that I don't have any beginning of round stitch markers. And so she sent me 4 stitch markers and they are so cute. Let me show you. I'll give you a little close up. It's like this beautiful kitty cat face stitch marker. I am just obsessed with it. It is absolutely gorgeous. And now when I'm knitting, I've got it on my Gleniff sweater at the moment. And when I'm knitting and I get to the beginning of a round now, I smile to myself because it's so cute. Oh, it's so cute. And I actually really like the clips that are on it as well, because they are really easy to like open and close, opposed to those light bulb ones, which I find really irritating to open and close. These ones are really easy to open and close, which I really appreciate. But yeah, is that not like the cutest stitch marker you've ever seen? I am such a big fan of cats. As you can probably tell from my videos, my beautiful cat Meowie, he always makes a little feature, even if he is being a bit of a rascal at the beginning of videos when you're trying to film a podcast. And not only did she give me those beautiful stitch markers, she gave me these amazing buttons as well, which I don't have any buttons. So I was just, oh, I'm so stoked. And these beautiful brown, in this beautiful brown colour. It's got a little bit of black in there and some rose gold kind of foiling on it as well, and they are just beautiful. So I can't wait to knit up a cardigan or something and use these buttons, because I think these will just look absolutely gorgeous on a cardigan. And also her packaging was just so adorable. It came in like this really cute like cat tissue paper, and then this like really cute cat bag as well, which I just adore. Anything with cats on it, just so cute. Anyways, definitely check her out. There are some more cat stitch marker designs there as well as heaps of buttons and yeah, project bags and everything. I just love this gift so much. Thank you so much. And my last acquisition, which I ordered like 3-ish weeks ago and I didn't think would arrive for another week or two because I got them from overseas. In my video last week, I did a yarn haul. So if you haven't checked that out, it was a bunch of fun. So you can definitely check that one out. But I had some yarn that hadn't arrived yet. And so it's arrived this morning actually. This is some sock yarn. I was actually going to knit up the cat love socks in. That's why I originally ordered this, but then I ended up with the skein yarn, which I'm really glad I've actually used that colour because I think the walnut just looks really nice in the cat love. But I got some Drops Fable sock yarn in, these two are in the colour 300 and then this one is in the colour 101. So I thought these were really, really cute. I really love these colours here, this dark brown. I kind of want to make it into a t-shirt, to be honest. I don't think it's going to be enough, but it's really nice. It's a little bit rough, but I think it'd be quite nice to wear, like soft next to skin. I really like this colour, but I don't have any more sock yarn, so I'm getting these for socks, and I've got plenty of socks on my list to be knitting. So this will turn into some socks eventually. Thank you so much for watching today's video. Don't forget to leave your Q&A questions down below in the comments and I will be answering those in next week's video. If you want to see some more knitting inspiration, podcasts or vlogs, then make sure to hit that subscribe button so you can see more videos from me every week. And if you enjoy this video and you're looking for something to watch right now, then maybe check out this video because you'll probably like it too. You can come and join me over on Instagram too. I would love to have you over there. Thank you so much again for watching and I hope you have a lovely day.